Nepal, a landlocked country nestled in the Himalayas, boasts a rich history interwoven with powerful dynasties and ancient traditions. For centuries, the Shah dynasty ruled Nepal, their reign stretching back to the 18th century. Yet the winds of change swept across the nation in the 20th and 21st centuries, leading to a dramatic shift in Nepal's political landscape. At the heart of this transformation was King Gyanendra Bir Bikram Shah Dev, the last monarch of Nepal. His life and reign provide a captivating glimpse into a period of immense change, marked by both turbulence and resilience. Gyanendra's story is not merely that of a king who lost his throne, it is a reflection of Nepal's own struggle to reconcile its monarchical past with its aspirations for a democratic future. Born into the royal family, Gyanendra's life took unexpected turns, leading him to ascend the throne twice under dramatically different circumstances. His reign, particularly his second ascension, was marked by political turmoil, a bloody Maoist insurgency, and ultimately, the abolition of the 240-year-old monarchy. Gyanendra's journey, from his early days as a young prince to his controversial reign and subsequent life as a former king, offers a unique perspective on a pivotal chapter in Nepal's history. His story is intricately linked to the evolution of Nepal's political identity, the rise of republicanism, and the enduring legacy of the monarchy in the hearts and minds of the Nepali people. Born on 7 July 1947, Gyanendra was the second son of King Mahendra Bir Bikram Shah Dev and Queen Indra Raja Lakshmi Devi. His early life was steeped in royal tradition, a stark contrast to the tumultuous times that lay ahead. He received his education at St. Joseph's College in Darjeeling, India, a prestigious institution favored by Nepali royalty for generations. Later he pursued further studies at Tribhuvan University in Kathmandu, immersing himself in the academic world. Fate, however, had other plans for the young prince. In a twist of events, Gyanendra unexpectedly ascended to the throne for the first time in 1950 at the tender age of 3. His grandfather, King Tribhuvan, had fled to India seeking refuge amidst political turmoil with the powerful Rana family. This first reign was short-lived. With the Rana regime overthrown and the monarchy reinstated, Gyanendra's father, Mahendra, ascended the throne in 1951, relegating the young Gyanendra back to the role of a prince. Life as a young prince was a world away from the political machinations that consumed the corridors of power. Gyanendra's interests lay in environmental conservation and sustainable development, passions he pursued with vigor. He established the King Mahendra Trust for Nature Conservation in 1988, a testament to his commitment to preserving Nepal's natural heritage. He also served as the chairman of the National Development Council, actively engaging in initiatives aimed at the betterment of the nation. The year 2001 marked a dark chapter in Nepal's history, forever etching itself in the nation's collective memory. On 1 June, a horrific tragedy struck the royal family. A massacre within the walls of Narayanhedi Royal Palace left King Birendra, Queen Aishwarya, and several other royal family members dead. The nation was plunged into mourning, grappling with the unimaginable loss of its beloved monarchs. In the wake of this tragedy, the line of succession fell upon Gyanendra. His nephew, Crown Prince Dipendra, had been declared king while in a coma following the massacre, but died 3 days later. Gyanendra, already grappling with the profound loss within his family, found himself thrust into the role of king once more. This second ascension, however, was a stark contrast to his brief symbolic reign as a child. He inherited a nation reeling from shock and grief, its political landscape deeply unsettled. Gyanendra's second reign began under the shadow of the Palace Massacre, an event that continues to be shrouded in mystery and speculation. The official investigation concluded that Crown Prince Dipendra was responsible for the killings, citing a dispute over his choice of bride. However, widespread skepticism and conspiracy theories persist to this day, adding to the complexity of Gyanendra's position and the challenges he faced as king. The massacre had a profound impact on Nepal's political landscape. The loss of King Birendra, widely respected for his role in ushering in multi-party democracy, created a void in leadership. The tragedy also fueled public distrust and speculation, further destabilizing an already fragile political environment. Gyanendra, inheriting the throne at this critical juncture, faced the daunting task of guiding a nation grappling with grief, uncertainty, and a growing Maoist insurgency. Gyanendra ascended to the throne during a period of intense political instability. The Maoist insurgency, which had been simmering for years, escalated significantly, posing a serious threat to the Nepali state. The Maoists, inspired by communist ideology, aimed to overthrow the monarchy and establish a republic. Their armed struggle, characterized by violence and disruption, had plunged the country into a state of fear and uncertainty. Initially, Gyanendra ruled as a constitutional monarch, his powers limited by the constitution. However, the escalating Maoist insurgency and the perceived ineffectiveness of successive elected governments led him to believe that drastic measures were needed to restore order and stability. He argued that the political parties were more interested in consolidating power than addressing the Maoist threat and the deteriorating security situation. In a controversial move on 1 February 2005, King Gyanendra dismissed the elected government of Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Dubba. He accused the government of failing to hold elections and effectively address the Maoist insurgency. Gyanendra assumed direct control, suspending civil liberties, imposing a state of emergency, and placing key political leaders under house arrest. He justified his actions as necessary to combat the Maoist insurgency, restore peace, and safeguard the nation from further chaos. Section 5. The People's Movement and the End of a Dynasty. Gyanendra's seizure of direct control ignited widespread protests across Nepal. The move, seen by many as a regressive step and a blow to democracy, united a broad spectrum of Nepali society against him. Political parties, once divided, joined forces with the Maoists in a rare display of unity to oppose the king's actions. The international community, including India and the United States, condemned Gyanendra's power grab, calling for a return to democratic processes. As protests gained momentum, a mass movement known as Jana Andolan II, or the People's Movement of 2006, swept across the country. Thousands of people took to the streets demanding the restoration of parliament, the reinstatement of the constitution, and an end to the king's direct rule. The movement, characterized by its peaceful demonstrations and unwavering determination, received widespread support from all sections of Nepali society. Facing mounting pressure from both within and outside Nepal, King Gyanendra eventually relented. On April 24, 2006, he addressed the nation, announcing the reinstatement of parliament and the appointment of Girija Prasad Koirala, a veteran Nepali Congress leader, as prime minister. This marked a significant victory for the pro-democracy movement and paved the way for a new era in Nepali politics. Section 6. Life after the throne, a quiet existence. The reinstatement of parliament in 2006 signaled the beginning of the end of Nepal's 240-year-old monarchy. The newly reinstated parliament, dominated by parties opposed to the monarchy, wasted no time in curtailing the king's powers. Gyanendra was stripped of his royal privileges, his control over the army was revoked, and the government nationalized all royal properties. He was, in essence, reduced to a figurehead. On 28 May 2008, a historic declaration was made by the Constituent Assembly, formally abolishing the monarchy and declaring Nepal a federal democratic republic. Gyanendra, once the all-powerful king, was given a stark choice: leave the palace within 15 days or face eviction. He chose to vacate the opulent Narayanhiti royal palace, which was subsequently transformed into a museum, a stark reminder of Nepal's monarchical past. Since his departure from the palace, Gyanendra has maintained a relatively low profile. He resides in a private residence in Kathmandu, leading a quiet life away from the political limelight. While he has made occasional public appearances, attending religious ceremonies and social gatherings, he has largely refrained from making political statements or engaging in activities that could be construed as challenging the republic. Section 7. The Resurgence of the Crown, Nostalgia or Necessity. Despite the abolition of the monarchy and Gyanendra's retreat from public life, the institution of the monarchy continues to hold a complex and nuanced place in Nepali society. While many view the monarchy as a relic of the past, a symbol of oppression and inequality, there is a growing segment of the population that views it with a sense of nostalgia, associating it with stability, national unity, and cultural identity. This resurgence of pro-monarchy sentiment has been particularly noticeable in recent years, fueled in part by the perceived failures of the republic to deliver on its promises of prosperity, stability, and good governance. The country has grappled with political instability, economic stagnation, corruption, and a lack of basic services in many areas. This has led some to question whether the republic has truly served the best interests of the Nepali people. The pro-monarchy sentiment is not merely limited to a yearning for the past, it also stems from a sense of disillusionment with the current political climate. The political parties, often mired in infighting, are seen as corrupt and inefficient. The promise of economic prosperity and development remains largely unfulfilled, and many feel that the country has lost its way in the absence of a unifying figure like the monarch. Section 8. The personal life of a king, family and legacy. Gyanendra's personal life has been marked by both joy and tragedy. He married Komal Raja Lakshmi Devi Shah in 1970, and the couple has 2 children, Paras Bir Bikram Shah Dev and Prerana Raja Lakshmi Devi Singh. However, his family life has also been touched by controversy. His son Paras has been embroiled in various scandals and controversies, tarnishing the image of the royal family. Assessing Gyanendra's legacy is a complex task. His reign was brief and tumultuous, bookended by tragedy and political upheaval. His decision to assume direct control in 2005, while perhaps driven by a desire to restore order, ultimately backfired, leading to the very outcome he sought to prevent: the end of the monarchy. He will forever be remembered as the last king of Nepal, his reign marking the end of a dynasty that spanned centuries. Despite the controversies and the ultimate abolition of the monarchy, Gyanendra continues to command respect from a segment of the Nepali population. His supporters view him as a strong and decisive leader who was unfairly stripped of his throne. They admire his commitment to Nepal's culture and traditions and his efforts to preserve the country's natural heritage. His legacy, therefore, remains a subject of debate and discussion, a reflection of the complex and often contradictory emotions he evokes. Section 9. Conclusion. Gyanendra's place in Nepal's narrative. Gyanendra's journey from a young prince thrust into an unexpected role to a controversial king facing the demise of a dynasty is inextricably linked to the narrative of modern Nepal. His story is a poignant reminder of the profound changes that have swept across the nation, transforming its political landscape and challenging traditional power structures. While his reign marked the end of an era, it also served as a catalyst for the emergence of a new Nepal, one grappling with the challenges and opportunities of a democratic future. Gyanendra's place in Nepal's history is complex and multifaceted. His legacy is a subject of ongoing debate, viewed through the lens of his actions, the political climate of his time, and the enduring influence of the monarchy on the Nepali psyche. While history may judge him for his decisions and their consequences, his story remains an integral part of Nepal's journey towards defining its identity in a rapidly changing world. As Nepal navigates the complexities of its political transition, Gyanendra's story serves as a reminder of the fragility of power, the importance of adaptability, and the enduring legacy of the past. Whether viewed as a tragic figure or a symbol of a bygone era, his life and reign offer valuable insights into the forces that have shaped modern Nepal and continue to influence its trajectory in the 21st century.